Hello everyone, here is a woman Grandmaster Nino Maisuradze again from Djerba Open. I could not go comment on all my games until now these days, but hope to catch up later. There was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of crazy games where I did not play always my best chess, but okay, that's exactly how in reality this happens, right? Because we always see in the book some perfect selection of a number of games will beat even such a famous grandmasters like Tal or anyone like. But the reality is that when we don't select the games, here we see more like not like a Hollywood movie, but more the reality, right? Because it will be Tal or any other grandmaster. Of course, we have a lot of kind of not so clean games very often, right? So it was some crazy games. In one of the games, I even managed to make a stalemate, which is crazy. But okay, today we talk about eighth round, and we'll catch up hopefully or about the other rounds later. And let me show you my game against 21 player, 2,100 Tunisian good player. I had a white color today, and it went next way. I played French defense, but he didn't play the main line d4, which is a d4 obviously. He played d3. And so we kind of transposed into close Sicilian. This is a close Sicilian. I will not comment too much now because it will take some hours, so let's just keep it simple. All this is a theory. Here I preferred b6 over b5, usually play b5. Okay, c3, take, and f5. I don't know, I hesitated here about d5 as well, looks really good, but I thought maybe bishop f2, and on d4 maybe c4, and maybe e5, and we have this very locked position where black obviously are better because this is not beautiful. But anyways, f5 I went, which is also good. Castle, opponent went bishop g2, bishop b7, and okay, all the point is that by pawn structure, it's almost symmetrical position, almost not that different. Like we all have like pawns everywhere, but I think which differs is that my knight has more potential. This knight d1, but also most importantly, my bishop is better than e3 bishop. E3 bishop looks more centralized, but E3 bishop cannot exchange so easily against my fianchetto bishop. And white's strongest bishop is G2 fianchetto, and I want to trade it and weaken white squares in the future and beat the opponent up on white squares, we can say. So after this take, which for me was slightly dubious because, yeah, exactly, lets me trade these bishops, but also trades kind of central pawn. I hesitate how to take, but finally I activated my knight, which was slightly modest on 7th rank. Take, bishop f2. And I think here I played very precisely, to be honest. Yeah, actually, why he took, I can also show this. I think his problem is that he was probably scared to play knight f2, which is kind of logical move, because I think he should consider also this kind of moves. Because now he cannot lock everything as he's losing bishop. So I don't know if he was scared of this move or not, I cannot say. And so, okay, we received this position. And I played this e5 move that I was a bit happy about my precisement today. Apparently, it's the best move of computer, where black are better after this, clearly. So the problem of e5 is that I'm using imprecision of bishop f2. I want to capture in a lot of lines. It's f4, so natural would be the white are capturing, right? But white cannot take my pawn. So try to guess why. If you want to pause, I give you 5 seconds. Like you can pause and retake the video. So why cannot take is that, here's the answer. I take that way, not with bishop. And this pawn is so weak and this knight is so misplaced, and with occupied places that it's just concrete lines that this pawn is falling. I come here, and if there is a pin, for instance, and in some other lines I have as well c4 pin. So this is not playable. And that's why he played this, but after this I take, he took that way. Already I damaged white's pawn structure, as you can see. This is not good to have so many bunch of pawns here and there isolated. And I played that move. Actually, I started to think here a bit too much because I was considering, should I push this d5? Is it anyhow this option white trying to keep this knight on d5? But after all, no, nothing works really well for white. Black has clearly advantage. But still, I was like thinking, okay, of course that I have advantage thanks to better bishop and better pawn structure and even better pieces slightly. But how exactly I'm going to realize this advantage, how I'm going to convert it, because if white protects this f4, I will need some extra force, right, to use. Like we often say in chess, just one weakness does not win the game. We need two weaknesses. So I said either I should attack somehow the king, white king, or other flank, like other side of the board, like here somewhere, just to make white harder to defend everything. That's what happened actually. And also was like kind of somewhere considering, should I one day play this, not directly probably, but I must be extremely careful with this move because it can literally open on myself, if I open in the wrong moment. And also it will liquidate his weak pawn. And so if it's not concretely instantly working, g5 would be a huge strategical mistake in that case, right? But I have to have a glance each time on these kind of moves as well, because can I shake his king and maybe some tactics and then some checkmate? No, but something similar maybe. Okay, now he took that. I was mostly expecting that move. It activates slightly my pieces more, and bishop g3. Very passive, but there's no other choice. That's the best move of the computer. Queen f6, apparently it was the best move. I want to activate this queen and put the pressure, rook f2. And here I went not such a best move of computer, of engine, king h8, but I think it was an absolutely good practical move because first of all, I want to avoid all kind of checks one day on that big diagonal, right? Who knows when this will come, but most importantly, my opponent was short in time and I wanted to kind of make him slightly think. And I was almost totally sure that he would have played something like that because he was extremely afraid about this pawn, like if I come like this or some kind of maybe even g5 one day if it's not well protected, the rook. And I wanted the rook to go away and only after to play b5 to start kind of opening up another battlefield, like because I said that probably maybe white would come this actually if I go too quickly. Actually, this must be also winning now that I see the similarish motives that we played in the game. You will see soon. But still, I said, okay, it's more like careful slightly not to activate the rook. I prefer with this inclusion, definitely prefer. King is safer, and his rook is definitely more passive, and they just go to crush. And here he made already mistake because he played this move, and tactically it's not a good move. Just one advice actually for the my followers of Chess Globetrotter. If opponent has only one bishop, like look well at the color of this bishop and don't put bunch of pieces on the same color. It will always end up badly. Like if these pieces were on white squares, like rook f3, maybe queen e2, sorry, like let's suppose queen is here, rook is here. It's way better and avoid some tactics, right? And here we have such feelings that, okay, nothing happens yet, but it already happens and it's already lost. I made the best move apparently before, and position just collapsed. I'm winning some pawns here. He took, if he goes something like this, there's even g5, or there's a pin on f1. If he goes with a second rook to protect this, no, sorry, if he goes with this rook, then I wanted to play this move. And apparently it was all correct. The problem of white is that they can never move this pawn because there's bishop d4 coming, right? Suddenly bishop activates. And here I want to take also queen a2. And if white tries to save this pawn, we can just take queen b3. And suddenly I'm attacking a lot of pawns. Actually, very often, just to make a little strategy lesson, extremely often how grandmasters win when they press some kind of weakness. Let's say this, right? what happened is that I made opponent bring all his pieces to the defense. But if you look at world champions or historical games or like simply top grandmasters, they rarely win by that weakness. They create another weaknesses to other side, and they start to simultaneously attack on the left and on the right. And here, for instance, if you think, well, after this, I'm attacking 3 pawns already, kind of, or putting pressure. I mean, attacking doesn't mean necessarily I will win f4, but if you attack 2 or 3 pawns, white just simply cannot protect, right? And here I'm winning something. So that's why I wanted this b5 before plan. But after taking, that's even more like, I don't know, I think it's even more imprecise, because after queen f7, the best move, now bishop comes here, he took, but I took, and there is no, as you see already, saving for white from this game. It's already lost game, decisive advantage already. But still, you will see that in this game something happened, and I still had to work tactically. Actually, almost all my games in this competition were extremely tactical, most of them, and I have some calculation work to do on daily basis. Because, okay, he went, and that's pretty easy for the moment. I don't need to calculate anything. I'm just trying to win the quality, the rook against bishop. He played b4, but b4 is not so good. He tries to destabilize my bishop. Idea is that if here white plays very passively, I'm taking, and on this take, I think I have g5 as well. It's a pin again, and white are simply losing a 4 pawn. He's very lost. That's why I think his idea of before was that if I do, let's suppose a similar thing, like if I take, and g5, now at least they will capture this pawn. And it's at least some tiny hope, which I don't believe will be a big deal after this black are anyway, I think, winning. But the idea is to, instead of king g2, kind of win a pawn. But okay, I just play rook e8. It's apparently against the strongest move of the computer. Finally, I played some precise, really precise game today, turned out. Rook e8, queen goes, I take. And yeah, the idea is that queen cannot continue attack my bishop. So I just grab this pawn. And so they lose this pawn too. Queen d6, bishop c5 with a tempo, and queen went here. So there it comes. This is the last culmination of this game, an interesting moment. Some tactics starts to appear. I went g5. It's not the computer's engine's first move, finally. And I think probably it was slightly unnecessary complications from my side, because it's so winning this position. You can play anything you want. But I preferred that line. And when white takes, because if they don't take, I take on f4, I play rook f8. Okay, it looks very winning, because the point is that queen directly cannot protect, but I saw, of course, this move. I've calculated in advance. That's the only move. I take, and now queen comebacks and can protect, okay? Actually, funny thing is that here I've prepared something, right? First, I wanted, my initial idea of this line, why I want to play this line, because what's the point of sacrificing on g5, right? Like, the point is that initially I wanted to play this, and I thought that probably he will try to move his king, right, to finally unpin himself. And here was coming that line, forcing to exchange everything. Look, something like that even. I wanted to take this, 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 and a4. And king doesn't arrive on time. b3. And when he takes, you should not take his back. This move. And we make queen. So I calculated that before playing g5 here. And I was very happy with queen a6, because I thought queen c6 is stronger, and it is stronger, because now my g5 doesn't work, which actually computer anyway doesn't like in none of the cases. I don't know why I was so much into g5 in this game, while engine is just like, come on, play simple, like play anything. But I don't know, I maybe wanted to make beautiful or something. It's more my style to tactify at the end, like. But here, why it doesn't work is that if I go similar stuff, there's that strong move, queen takes c5. And it's a good reminder how attentive we should be in chess at any second, any moment. Never like stop being concentrated, because no matter how winning is the position, we may perfectly blunder at any second, anything. And here white are winning actually, right? This position, if I take queens, I take here, over, the game's over. So in this case, I was going another line. Any line works here. Just play anything you want, but not g5, right? But he went queen a6 and queen a6 is so awkwardly placed. Like, I know why he went here, actually, I can tell you. The problem on queen c6 is that he can never go out from the pin, because whenever he comes on g2 or in h1, I come queen d5 check and I'm exchanging via the square the queens, right, if king moves. So that was his whole idea, to avoid at least this exchange and to try to free himself. Excuse me. So after this, d4, and here comes something extremely interesting. So first I thought that a5 is good, and apparently it was anyway good, but suddenly I'm noticing some motives like, instead of king g2, my opponent may play that move actually. And suddenly, at first, I'm not entirely sure what's going on, because definitely I should not take that way because I'm losing. It unpins the rook, right? So I should take that way. But then comes that very strong move also, which apparently anyway doesn't work actually. But it looked like, whoa, wait, what's going on? Because here, of course, again, I cannot take this queen, right? And I'm losing. And if I wrongly move the king, then I'm losing bishop as well. But apparently, the line still works. I have this move. And it's still got some complicated, right? I was about to win equality. And right now in this position, I am quality down. So even though I saw this and I was thinking like it should work and everything, suddenly it was still scary, like for what I need to go on all this, like. But apparently it's anyway winning, and it was maybe better to directly go on this line, because it would be exactly the end game I was trying to receive. It's transposed somehow, and I did not instantly realize that actually it's anyway transposed to the end game I wanted to receive. Even though it's not king g2 move, but it's not king g2, but it's this check. But actually, we get it to the same position. I didn't realize it was same position I would have played, I think. But then I said, okay, looked like it was working. I was calculating pawn endgame, as I said, also on king g2. But also everything else wins. And I'm like, I already complicated enough this position, right? Maybe to play more simple. So finally I took here, which does not look that simple neither, because everything right now is under attack and pinned, and it's really like other day games that I had one game similar when suddenly everything is hanging. Yeah, actually you can check out my second round against the Grandmaster from Canada. And there too, suddenly at some point everything is hanging, but not only against him. In this competition, somehow a lot of things are hanging. And here, so looks over because everything is pinned, right? This time there is no such check. But guess what? It's not over, and I'm so happy that I have calculated in advance this move, and so I played very quickly the response. He found that move. There's endless tactics in this game. That's the only try possible, because if king goes somewhere, I just try to literally with queen f2 to trade everything. Bishop is pinned, and I'm trading that way, and it's totally lost, right? I can even take if I want, like, or not. And if king goes somewhere, I'm winning as well. Like some check is coming, and this is lost. I can even repin if I want to both of these pieces, like of white. And so he found suddenly this move, but unfortunately for him, actually, it really doesn't work on anything. Apparently, I still thought that that's very accurate response, and computer is sharing this opinion. Apparently, it's the first line of a computer. But in reality, it turned out that even anything will kind of win here. If I take that way, and if bishop takes, apparently even now I can play this. I did not see this during the game. Check. Maybe I forgot it's a check, actually. Because if there is no check, while take here, probably, no, even this doesn't really work. Yeah, actually this line works as also well, because if take, we take, and as you see, white pieces are still pinned, and this pawn endgame is winning. Um, so yeah, actually, even anything wins, kind of, except probably this one, because then a game has to be longer than, like, I have to play longer because it's still of course, I have huge advantage, must be winning, but I don't want to play now rook endgame while I'm so winning, right? So, but that's the strongest. That move is a killer, and he just looked hopeless, my opponent, at this moment, because um, look, like rook is again pinned on f2, and bishop is again pinned, right? So the only thing white can play is queen, right? So, but the problem, all the idea of this move is that if you now take my bishop, I'm repinning the rook, right? So he took here. What do you want him to do? And I just took. And now you see that it's lost because it's pinned, and I'm gonna finally take these qualities that I'm taking since half an hour. So he went in the corner because if he comes here, I take. That way, I take and I take. Actually, I calculated this just in case it's totally winning, but just to show you, of course, black are gonna promote first, right? Like, let's make a queen. Oh, it's a white to play. I don't know why I see. So of course I'm not going to analyze this position. Let's be. So game was king h1, and I just took here. And then, as he did not want to exchange the rooks because the end game is absolutely lost, as you see, right here, I don't know, so many things wins. I can just push this pawns, or I can also decide to come like this and also win this pawn, or anything wins, right? So he took that way. And now, okay, it's very lost, but he hopes for this check, and rook will go somewhere, and just to try to hold few more moves. But look what happened after king g6. I literally put white in zugzwang. Rook cannot go ever again, bishop cannot go ever again, so he just played this. I played here. White squares, you see, play anti-bishop, white squares. I'm putting my king, rook. I have this rook on black square, but okay, I'm just trying to at least these pieces to put on white squares. You know, this, yeah, white square. This, and of course, everything wins here, right? I can just literally, if I want to come here, trade everything, and pawns and game is of course winning. But more beautiful way to win is zugzwang a5, and after a3 I could take, but I just went this, and look what happened here. He resigned because if white plays king, I checkmate, and white has no pawn moves anymore, and the white cannot move the bishop, and white cannot move the rook because they are losing the bishop. So that was my today's game. I think finally finally in this week, probably first time, I'm happy with my game where I kind of started with precise moves mostly in most of the cases, and I ended up with precise moves, which was not the case. Like yesterday, I hardly won my game yesterday, etc. There was ups and downs and some spoiled positions in time troubles, but whatever. This sometimes, yeah, we're in better shape apparently. So that was a game. Now I have still a last round to play tomorrow, and let's see how it goes. Slightly to trying to finish well this competition. Hope to see you again, probably for tomorrow's game, and hope again also to upload some of other games. We'll see. And don't forget to subscribe and click on the like if you like the video. Bye bye. See you next time.